might be able to beat this today. We're making good time. The Wakanda level is the one that just drags on and on for a while. It's annoying. Damn, my nose itches like crazy. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, but I'm not. Give me that shield.
You know, this kind of stuff really isn't for hobby.
Oh, actually, you know what? I haven't upgraded my powers in a little bit. I don't like it. Keep the regular. They don't say Wakanda forever for no reason. Yeah, it's very literal here. Damn, that shatter scream just went up in power like crazy. Hell yeah. Alright, raises damage for all power attacks at a max. Allows more frequent use of powers. Ooh, she's gonna destroy. We'll do melee. Melee. I think I like this team I have right now. They've been kicking ass. Oh, Phoenix, I have her. I didn't even realize I had her. She's just sitting over there. Well, hello. Yeah, we'll put Phoenix in the mix. Why not? In the 2017 DuckTales, they have the moon theme. Really? That's awesome. I didn't really see that one much. Damage for all power attacks, yes. Oh my, you're telling me Jean Grey of the X-Men is on the pro registration side? I call bullshit on that one. For damn sure, I call bullshit on that one. There's no way she would ever. No way. Like, you need to register with the government. Bitch, please. I know you too well. I remember most of the intros to the Disney cartoons. Anyone remember Gummy Bears? Gummy Bears was my jam. That was awesome. That was a Disney cartoon, I think. Oh, man. Miss Marvel's going to be unstoppable. Alright. Iron Man. Oh, wait. I can have Wolverine in here? Wait, why can't I have Wolverine in here? I guess you could use them on either side. Huh. Alright. Well, we got Wolverine in the house now. Yeah, now shit's definitely about that fan. Never saw Gummy Bears, but know about it. Saw Kissy Fur, though. I have no idea what Kissy Fur is. Phoenix is one of the neutral heroes in this. Yeah, that's why it's called bullshit. She would not be neutral. Let's try her out.
I got a point about registering. 6 of them back.
Oh, I remember that move.
What's that? I can't quite hear you.
Any side that Phoenix is fighting against is guaranteed to lose. You know how powerful Phoenix is?
Take it from a psychic. We all need to register.
She'll melt Tony Stark. Alright, Songbird, let's try your new power. Yep. Super powerful.
At least put up a fight next time.
Can you fly in this game like the first? Yeah, see?
Look bad.
You float. In this one, there's really no use for it, though. Because in the first game, there were a lot of secret areas you could find. Here, I've never really noticed any. So it's just, you just can, but it doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Oh my god, Chris. I hate that I read what you just said because the Gummy Bear song is in my head now. As I read it, they're bouncing here and there. They're bouncing here and there and everywhere. Finding adventure beyond compare. They are the Gummy Bears. God. Well done. This is why Hulk and Thor was thrown out for Civil War to work. Yeah. But then you have a powerhouse like Jean Grey. Like, I read your comment as musical. Unintentionally. What is it with multiple man? This dude does not give up. Asshole. It's gonna keep shooting lasers. It's only a matter of time before you go down.
How did that sound? I could use a
Okay. The Animaniacs were one of my favorite cartoons from my childhood. Oh yeah. The Animaniacs was a classic. They also had a really fun Super Nintendo game and a fun Sega Genesis game to complement the series. I think I like the Sega version better if I remember. They were two different games completely. Stop! Keeps multiplying, it doesn't die. What's your opinion on Ultimate Alliance 3? We'll find out when it comes out. You guys will see it streaming here, and I'll put a review on it, but I did play it at E3, and I liked what I experienced, because it feels just like this. The feel is the same as the other ones, and there's a ton of characters to choose from. So far, so good. But I will withhold my final opinion until I beat it. I like that Konami licenses all had very different games on SNES and Genesis. I know this is probably not a popular opinion, but I think that'd be interesting if... I don't think we'll ever see that again with game development, how it is now in today's world, but that would be interesting to see where, if they did that again. Like, let's say, for example, you had Red Dead Redemption 2 on Xbox One and Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS4, and it was two completely different games, both exclusive to each console. That's what they used to do all the time. I think that'd be interesting. But yeah, like I said, with game development nowadays, that would never, ever happen again. It'd be way too much. You're essentially developing two games separately from each other. But I would still like to see that.
Road, check your fire. Delta brake right. You'll have to open a path to proceed.
Let me in. Can't see. There's all this fucking smoke in my way.
Come on, I ain't finished with you yet.
This way. Guardian rune. The Guardians of Asses.
I've been underestimated before.
But I hope Ultimate Alliance 3 will have a lot of cool locations. I think it will.
Not bad.
From what I played at the demo at E3, you were in New York, in the Shadowlands, where if you read Marvel Comics, that's the storyline that was closely related with Daredevil and Kingpin. But you were in the Shadowlands fighting the Hand, and Netflix Jessica Jones was helping. So I was like, oh, that's cool. They're kind of mixing everything in there. So, like I said, from what I played in the demo, I thought it was a lot of fun, and I wanted to play more of it. It left me wanting to play more, so that's a good feeling to have after coming off a game.
You like ambushes, huh? Then you're gonna love this.
They've had exclusive characters for console versions some games too. Well, even the Ultimate Alliance games did. Like Vita, I don't remember which characters were in what, but in the Vita, no, PSP version, I think one of them had like the original Captain Marvel. There were some other characters that didn't appear, but you can only play as them in the handheld version. I think Nova was exclusive in one of the versions too. The sound's so quiet now. Like the volume went down drastically just for this fight. They did 5 different versions of the Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands game. Yes. Because that had a handheld version and everything too. Console version is the way to go on that one. Another series I've been wanting to stream. I love the Prince of Persia games.
We can make
Well,
you
starting with the
return
rebooted universe with Sands of Time. The old games I never really got. I never really enjoyed them.
First one to make a blonde
Warrior Within was outstanding, which I never finished. I finished Sands of Time multiple times. I finished Warrior... No.
Good job,
The Two Thrones. I finished that.
You've got more
Forgotten Sands and Warrior Within I'm going to have to finish on stream sometime. I'll just start my files over. Wait, Nova was in this game? I think he was in... I don't remember if it was 1 or 2, but I think he was exclusive to one of the handheld versions. I believe. I know the male Captain Marvel was in 1 also. In the GameCube version of one of those games, Link and Samus were scrapped. You use Action Replay to play as them. Oh, that's kind of cool.
making us all look bad. I don't enjoy taking
I have them
down
all
friends.
Prince of Persia Platinum on my PS3. Yeah, I have the Trilogy Collection. They had an HD collection for PS3. That's the one I have. Even though I had the original PS2 ones before. But they look really good remastered. Very crisp. And Forgotten Sands was the movie/non-movie game. It wasn't based off the movie. It wasn't in the original universe, but everything looks like the movie. And it was considered the 4th game. Actually, I think it takes place before the first game or between 1 and 2 or something like that. It's not in order.
You're making us all
Whenever I
look
stream,
bad.
I'll probably stream it chronologically. That's usually what I like to do on these streams. Someone noticed the other day that I put my playlist in chronological order. It's like, oh, that's good. Like, I've been waiting for someone to notice that. Forgotten Sands for PS3 was beyond ridiculously easy. Yeah,
War machine. We must have
that's one thing I remember about the game is how easy it was.
Please investigate.
I think I have the 360 version. I have it on my modded Xbox on a hard drive. If you remember Mega Man Soccer, we're gonna play it. I think the day that I play Mega Man Soccer on stream, maybe that day I'll also do Mega Man the Fighters. Because there's Mega Man, like, maybe that'll be like a weird offshoot Mega Man day. There's Mega Man Soccer, and Mega Man Fighters 1 and 2. And those are both part of one of the collections. I think it was the GameCube Anniversary Collection.
Is being held accountable such a
You actually get a
horrible
trophy for switching it to easy. That reminds me of the Superman Returns game for 360. There's an achievement you get for entering a cheat code, and it's worth 0 points, but it identifies you as a cheater. But it's one of the achievements in the game, so it's like, for completion's sake, you have to. But then you can't get any other achievements, so you have to disable the cheat before you actually do anything.
First one to make a blonde joke gets pounded. You're not cut out.
Captain Marvel, show your true strength. I don't know who needs help. Green Goblin kind of sucks in this game. I remember I tried using him on last stream and he died in like a split second. Screw him.
Delta, we've spotted 2 more insurgents on top of the basic tower near you. Head up there and deal with them.
Prince of Persia on the Wii, the exclusive one. Wait, what Prince of Persia exclusive for the Wii? I don't remember a Wii exclusive one. I remember the PS3 reboot one got like a DS game or something that was a sequel. But I never played that one. Everyone had big heads.
I don't enjoy taking down friends.
I don't enjoy taking down friends. Marvel Ultimate Alliance was the one that was going to have Link and Samus. I don't know how that would work. That'd be weird.
Peter, they're here.
I don't want to fight Colossus, man. He's my dude.
So, we show up to help people in trouble, but you come to haul us to your negative zone gulag. Fine. chosen your battlefield.
Forgotten Sands is exclusive on the Wii. It's just an exclusive. Oh, so it's kind of like the Ghostbusters game. Yeah, the Wii one I did not play. I usually skip those. There's a rumor Samus and Link will make it in Ultimate Alliance 3. I doubt it. Unless they do DLC. I haven't heard anything about that yet. But if it's DLC one day, hell yeah, I'll take it. It's actually a different story? Really? I may have to check that one out then. Because that's interesting. If it's a completely different story. See, why call it the same title then? Because that just confuses people.
Can't you see Tony is doing this to protect all of us?
Shut up, Miss Marvel. You're not protecting anyone. You're just hurting your friends. Traitor! Colossus still isn't going to be playable in 3, which sucks. I like Colossus. It's one of my favorite X-Men. Him and Gambit are my two favorite, besides like Wolverine, who everyone loves, but Colossus and Gambit are my two, well, one of my favorite X-Men male characters. What about a Mega Man timeline? I still plan to do it. There's going to be, in September, I'm going to talk about what's coming next.
Make you register if it comes to
And then after October's done, I'm planning a couple of things. Because I still want to do that Mega Man timeline. I really want to do a Halo one.
Not bad for a former jet.
A Halo one would just, it would take a while, to say the least. But I know I'm going to do a Halo one, hopefully. I would love to this year, but realistically, there's not going to be time for one this year. Maybe, I don't know. After October, there's going to be a lot of different things that I'm going to be doing. Keep those Heat Wave. I like Heat Wave.
Delta Squad is ready to assist you in taking down Cap.
I like Marvel Alliance a lot. I really appreciate timeline videos. A lot of work care one of those. Appreciate that, Jonathan. Thanks for watching them. And definitely more to come in the future. Silent Hill. Yeah, I don't know if the Silent Hill thing's actually going to happen when I originally said I want it to happen, which in September I'll talk more about that. There's a lot of detail that I need to talk about, that I need to get worked out, but I'm gonna talk about that in September. I say September because now it's just kind of too early for me to say anything. But yeah, Silent Hill, it's I mean, I won't get into it now, but Silent Hill, there's a lot of
We can make you register if it
complications with it, to say the least, so I'll go over it in September. But regardless, there's some really cool stuff coming. Nightcrawler's my guy since the arcade game. Man, I loved Colossus in the arcade game because his power is literally just flexing. He flexes his muscles so hard that he generates a giant energy blast from his muscular metallic steel body.
Think you've got us trapped? Think again.
Silent Hill, not to be confused with Silent Hills. I really wish we got that Silent Hills game. It's such a loss to the gaming community that we never got that game. It would have been amazing. But Konami's stupid. So that's what happens when a stupid company is in charge of something that's not stupid. You know, and honestly, I can't stand that Konami owns some of my favorite franchises, man. Contra, freaking Castlevania, Silent Hill, some of my favorite franchises of all time are under the umbrella of Konami and under their full control. Pisses me off, man. Sell them off. You don't deserve them, honestly. They don't deserve them. Man, I don't want to blast Captain America. You ever gonna
Did you really
gonna ever play Silent Hill stream? Yeah, actually, I have one of them planned on October. What Silent Hill would you guys like to see? Because I haven't decided which one I want to stream for October. I've had Silent Hill 2 requested a lot, but man, that I'll do it if people want it. But Silent Hill 2 has not aged well. In general, just the controls for those old Silent Hill games. People like to talk about the Resident Evil tank controls, but I don't mind those. With Silent Hill, it's different. It feels like everything is in slow motion. But yeah, I haven't decided which one. I kind of want to do Shattered Dimensions, but I'm going to have to buy it because I can't get it to work on any emulator. On the PS2 emulator, it's got missing graphics everywhere. On the GameCube, or I'm sorry, on the Wii emulator, it also is missing graphics. Like, I've tried all the different settings, and that game just doesn't work right. So that one, I'm going to have to buy and, like, stream it on the Wii U or something.
My suit is partially functional, Delta. I'm moving to your location. Keep it busy.
Silent Hill is my favorite. Silent 3, played the shit out of Silent 3. Silent Hill 3. A lot of you like Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 3 is really good. I remember, I don't know why, like, that's one of those games. You know, when you think back on old games and you remember specifically buying it, that's one of the games I specifically remember going out to buy. I had saved up like $50. I went to Sam Goody at the mall when Sam Goody existed, and they had Silent Hill 3. And I remember buying it there on PS2. And that was a little bit before Sam Goody closed. AM2R stream? That'd be a cool stream sometime. I like AM2R, but I would probably do Samus Returns on 3DS before I do that, because I actually got the 3DS emulator up and running in the games and like internal 4K rendered graphics.
This shouldn't take
Looks
long.
real good. I might do that sometime. Man, now I gotta fight Iron Fist and Captain America. This is awful. I don't want to fight either of them. I want to trade sides. Can I do that?
Iron Fist is the primary target. Use power steel cap.
Silent Hill 4 is likely my favorite, but I like how 3 is a continuation of the plot from the first one. Yeah, that's one of the rare ones that continued the plot. But that's another thing about Silent Hill. Story-wise, there's kind of no interconnecting story, and then like the endings too. Like there's no real official endings. The games have multiple endings, and then people debate and argue online which one's the legit ending, and it's just it's crazy. The Silent Hill storyline. And also there's debate on whether all this stuff is actually happening or if it's inside the characters' heads. It's like weird concepts made physical in town, and Silent Hill crazy ass storyline is basically what I'm getting at.
Keep it easy on you too.
No, Captain America. I'm Brie Larson. Don't punch me in the face. Please.
Turn up the heat.
I'm just a young female. You sure in Silent Hill Book of Memories? That game sucks. That's the only Silent Hill game I think truly sucks. I have it on the Vita, and I never finished it just because every time I play it, I get bored out of my mind. It's just an endless gauntlet of enemies, room by room by room, and then you go to another room, and then another level, and it's the same shit all over again. It's so boring.
Keep at it, Delta. I'll make sure Cap doesn't get out.
Hey, get that door open now. You got it.
You got it. There goes Luke Cage, about to go get some coffee. The canon ending is the dog ending. Nice, I like that. Well, for Silent Hill 1, one of the endings where you leave with a baby alive is an ending to lead you to 3. Yeah, see, with Silent Hill 1 and 3, those are one of the few ones where you could argue that the ending, there's a canon ending. The other ones are just 100% open to interpretation. That's the very essence of Silent Hill. It's all interpretation. And Silent Hill Shattered Memories really plays on that aspect also. Even though that one's not even related, because that one's kind of a remake of 1, and at the same time an alternate continuity. The storyline's a mess with that. It really is. I'm a big fan of the Silent Hill movie, though. I thought the movie was great. The first one. The second one I thought sucked. I gotta get rid of Luke Cage first. Bam!
Good to me.
Songbird might be good here. I was gonna say
Stay where
Soundwave.
you are. We'll get you and Cage some medical attention.
Oh, how generous of you. You'll make it just and fair. What, shield commander? President?
You must be kidding. You think that's what this is all about?
I love how irritated Tony Stark is.
They don't elect drunks to the White House.
Don't go there.
Maybe you'll be able to celebrate
Damn.
being drunk with power. Huh, Tony?
They don't elect drunks to the White House. That's a low blow, Cap. Saying that to Tony Stark. Holy shit. That's a good line, though. It was a good I'm gonna throw you off your game moment.
Skybird 1, this is Stark. Cap got away again. I'm going after it.
Roger. Delta team backing you up?
I forgot the second Silent Hill movie existed. Why'd you have to remind me of that?
Okay, Delta.
Yeah, throughout that whole movie, I was just like, what the hell is going on? I didn't understand the storyline at all in that movie. And I know it was trying to be Silent Hill 3 the game, but that whole storyline was a mess in that movie. Anyone see the House of Dead movie? I've seen that movie multiple times. It's one of my guilty pleasures, and it's really bad. It's very bad. They violate the First, Second, Third, Fourth, Fifth, 23rd Amendment. Oh, what, the Pro-Registration Act? And so, well, they must have made amendments then. Because you could amend the Constitution. Nothing in any Constitution is permanent. Well, nothing has to be permanent. It could always be amended. So I guess they amended it. And who's to say the Constitution is the same as our Constitution? It's the Marvel Universe Constitution. So it could be different anyways. It's a doubly mean because it would be a low blow to Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Yeah. He was an addict.
You there. I need your help. Something big's going down. Those villains Stark's been controlling.
Something big's going down. I'm going to be the final
They
boss.
set up a trap on the Cortex that could blow everyone here to Kingdom Come. I knew I could count on you. Come on. We need to head to the central facility of the plant.
Now's where the storyline starts kind of melding back together.
I'll stabilize the bombs and toss them to you. Then you dispose of them. Oh, and keep those two busy, would you?
That'd be crazy if Cap said that to Iron Man Civil War, the movie. See, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, though, if they did that in the movie, because Iron Man wasn't really an alcoholic, and that's one thing I would have liked to see more of, his alcohol problems in the MCU. But, I mean, he drank, and he got drunk at his party and stuff in Iron Man 2, but I wouldn't go as far. He liked to party, basically, but I wouldn't go as far as saying he had true alcoholism like he did in the comics. Now, in the comics, it was a whole nother level of alcoholism. It was like a demon that he had to live with for years. That's what I wanted to see. I think that would have been a really deep story for him. And they only kind of played with the idea in the movie. Never went full in.
Focus on the bomb. Don't let them distract you.
Did they whitewash Nick Fury? Nice. I actually have known some people that have said that. I've actually seen some people say that they whitewashed Nick Fury. And it hurts my soul because I'm just like, oh, he's been this way since the 60s. It's a different Nick Fury. But those are people that don't read comic books and then still talk like they know what they're saying. It's okay not to read comic books, but then don't act like you're an authority on comic books when you don't know what the hell's going on. Was that Venom riding around the Green Goblin glider? That looks hilarious. Oh yeah, look, Venom's riding it. That's awesome. You stream Bully for PS2? You know I've never finished that game. I bought it on PS2 and I bought the Wii version. And now I think they have it on PS2 to PS4, I think.
Here's another one.
Actually, I think I do have that on my PS4. I gotta have to take a look. I'm almost sure.
Get the bomb in the vent. Clock's ticking.
Ugh. Dumbest complaint I've heard, they didn't tell us who everyone won in Infinity War was.
Number 3's almost clear.
What do you mean who everyone was in Infinity War? Like, characters that popped up?
Got it. It's all yours.
Like, what do they want? Like a title card to pop up every time a new character comes in?
It's blocking the vent.
Bomb number 3. Where's Goblin? I'm gonna fuck you up. Ah! There we go. Does the MCU Fury have the Infinity Serum? They haven't explained that he does. I'll leave it at that. They haven't even really hinted that he has. So, maybe. We don't know. There's a lot of mystery to Nick Fury in the MCU. As there always has been a lot of mystery to the character in the comics.
Well, well, well. Look who's back in the land of the living.
Where am I? What the hell happened?
You're in a secret shield base that only I know about. Well,
What is the Infinity Serum?
now you know about
It's
it.
basically the reason he's
You guys did a
remained
good job
fairly
finding
young
time to
since
defuse
World War
those
II.
bombs. I got most of them.
Gives him insanely long life. I always thought classic Nick Fury was awesome.
Neither side's getting
Although I do like Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury too. They're both really cool characters.
badly hurt in the explosions.
Do you use a front-end program for your emulators and ROMs? I started using Launchbox to organize my collection. I use Hyperspin personally. For my streams, I use RetroArch just because it's easier to stream from there. It's very user-friendly. Both are good.
While you healed up, I tried to warn Stark about what really happened.
A secret shield base that only Nick Fury knew about. Did he build it himself? He probably killed everyone that built it.
Mind-controlled criminals of yours were completely out of control.
In the original Sin comic storyline, you find out some really dark shit that Nick Fury's done over the years for the sake of secrecy. Do you think MCU should do original Sin storyline? Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of good stories they can tap into.
And frankly, I don't care.
Wish I could stream my net as crap. Yeah, you gotta have good internet. Definitely.
Well, things didn't go much better with old wingtips.
People like RetroArch a lot. I didn't like the UI as much. It takes some getting used to. I had to look up a lot of YouTube tutorials to find out how to use it.
Besides, if Stark's attack dogs really are turning on him
Nick,
and S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Marvel Waller, or
so
Waller
much the
DC Nick.
serve them right.
He basically is Amanda Waller in this universe. But he's done kind of worse things. Like, he's been responsible for the death of, like, interplanetary genocide and shit, just for the sake of protecting Earth.
You're all having so much fun with. Someone out there's trying to take advantage of the situation. Maybe by now I could have figured out who if I hadn't been too busy playing nursemaid to you grunts. You owe me. And since you're all presumed dead by both sides, you're the perfect little group to check out of this war, at least for a bit, to help me figure this thing out. You with me?
All right, Fury. We're in.
I kind of wish that
Remember,
more
we're the
MCU
only
Nick
ones
Fury
ready to figure out who's behind
didn't lose
this.
his eye in such a
Meet me at the
stupid
briefing
way.
station when you're ready
With the
for
cat
action.
in Captain Marvel. I thought that was so dumb. I was hoping they would save that for whenever my dream storyline was they save that explanation for whenever the X-Men actually popped into the MCU and they explained that somehow Wolverine was responsible for him losing his eye. That would have been cool, man. That's what I wanted. But nope, it was a alien space cat. That's it.
All right, listen up.
Don't mess with cats.
Tinkerer here has been trying to figure out who might be pulling the strings of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s nanite criminals when no one's looking.
Since I had some involvement in the original nanotechnology S.H.I.E.L.D. has converted for their use, I was optimistic that I could puzzle out the situation with the data already available. However,
Ever see Buff Cat?
that has not proven to
I don't
be
know
the
what that
case.
is.
I have nothing more than conjecture at this point. In order to determine what's really happening, I will need to view the networking logs for S.H.I.E.L.D.'s nanite control grid. Unfortunately, their signal is highly encrypted.
Did Fury ever plant bombs in people's heads like Waller
Years
does?
to break their code and directly access their servers.
I think with the... Didn't they do that with the Thunderbolts too?
The shorter and quicker routes to physically transmit that data directly from their servers.
I think the Thunderbolts had
which
bombs in
we've
their
discovered
heads.
are located in Rikers Island Penitentiary. So that's where you're headed. Now don't worry. I know trying to
But maybe
bust
not.
it
I
up
don't
by your
remember.
own would be near impossible.
But Thunderbolts are
It
basically
also contains
reformed
the portal
supervillains.
Stark's negatives
Forcibly
on prison.
reformed.
But we got information that Captain America and his forces are about to stage a prison break to release their buddies from the negative zone. They'll have to smash through Rikers to get there.
Buff Cat is a
We'll take
muscular
advantage
cat
of
found in
having you
Canada?
back on their incursion.
Huge muscles due to his
They're
hormone
driving
being
toward
out
the
of
portal.
whack. What?
You follow in their wake
I've
and get
never
that
heard of
data
it.
sent to us. Then we can figure out who the hell's grabbing control of these psychos and why.
S.H.I.E.L.D. should have their hands full, but I'll patch you into their comm channel so you won't get any nasty surprises. Now get to the portal room and upload those network logs.
Attention S.H.I.E.L.D. personnel.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Any
Amazing
supervillain
lasers.
not accompanied by Iron Man should be detained by any means necessary.
How far are you? Near the end of the game, actually. Because we start the nanotech storyline or whatever. Wakanda's this level, the last one. Maybe there's 2 or 3 more levels, I don't remember. Because earlier today I played this for like 2.5 hours just to get to the point where you have to register. But I remember the Wakanda level kind of drags on for a little bit too. Especially when you get inside that base. Come on.
Next time, don't pick a fight with a girl.
S.H.I.E.L.D. forces, we've got rogue superhumans running loose in the west cell block. Contain them.
At least there's no waves, thank God. Yeah, after Gears of War Judgment, I can take a break from waves and waves of enemies. That game was one of the worst examples of enemy waves in general. They went crazy with it. I thought Wakanda was like 2 or 3 levels. Yeah, it kind of is, because you're outside, then you're inside the city, and then you go to the main base where all the nano machines are, so. That's what I mean, it just kind of goes on forever. And also the super prison. That's coming up, I think.
That means you're the only target S.H.I.E.L.D's got left on this side.
But I'm a lot stronger now. Because I have all my upgrades from the last playthrough.
Stand down, heroes. You might have helped us before, but I can't be sure who you're working for now.
Man, get out of my way.
Over my dead body.
Aren't you in the super... Yeah, I think I'm on the way there.
Bring them down!
See, why is she attacking me all of a sudden? I've been on her side this whole time. You witch. I want that XP. Colossus, you were never in control. New Blood, the Nazis rule the world. God, Wolfenstein's got such a good storyline. At least the new games.
I'm not just another pretty face.
Destruction! We're gonna make a good time, guys. If I beat this game tonight, according to my schedule I have written down for all these new releases, that puts us about 2 days ahead of schedule. Or 2 streams, I guess you could say. 2 streams ahead of schedule. That can only be a good thing. So that means that Friday we'll be able to pick right back up with Wolfenstein the New Order. I originally had that planned for Monday, and this was going to get finished Friday. But I think I could finish this tonight. If I can, I will.
Stay here and guard this door. No one gets through, understand? And keep an eye on these nanite-controlled prisoners.
Okay.
The hell? Yeah, see, there's the portal to the
The
prison.
computer with the data we need is in that holding chamber, but the area is sealed. You'll have to get the access card from Hill.
Whether you're with White Star or not, you're breaking the law and will be dealt with accordingly.
So, before I was working with Iron Man, now I'm working with Nick Fury. Then we're all going to come together again. Plot twist.
En route. Don't let them break the last force field.
Yeah, let me switch up Dark Phoenix. I don't feel she's contributing a whole lot. And you know what? I think... Yeah, we have Thor. Let's get Thor in here. I haven't had him on the team yet. Are you looking forward to beating New Colossus? Oh, yeah, definitely. How close are you to beating this? Just a couple levels. But yeah, I am excited about New Colossus because that's the one I didn't complete. I bought it day 1, too. Do you or have you ever seen Agents of Field? Yeah, I've seen it since day 1. This new season sucks. I don't like this new season at all. I didn't like last season either, though. But the show has... it got really good after the Winter Soldier storyline and Hydra took over. That's when the show was really at its best. Yeah, we'll do that.
Keep them away from the force field generators.
Haha, Thor.
Stay on them.
On the pro registration side. Well, I guess I'm not really on that side anymore. I'm on Nick Fury's team now.
The son of Odin triumphs!
I hate Thor's voice in this game. The son of Odin triumphs.
You'll wish you had died at the chemical plant.
Doesn't sound at all like Thor would sound like, in my opinion. Nah, I don't really like how he plays. Let's let the AI control him. I'll keep him in, though. Hey, Brock, welcome to the stream. Is this version of Carol Danvers, Warbird, or Miss Marvel? This is Miss Marvel, according to her name in the game. Like she was in the Civil War comic.
Fine, take the key. Go help Captain America or whatever you think you need to do. But there's an army on the other side of that portal waiting to stop you.
I don't give a damn.
I'll
Aggressive.
enjoy interrogating you when this is all over.
Ain't she a sweetheart? Now go get that data.
These guys are just waiting for an ass kicking.
Get to the portal. Rogue Troopers just stole my access key. Cut them off.
Don't worry, Hill. I'll stop them.
Thor's surprisingly reasonable for war god. Seems like a god of diplomacy and compromise. He's a friendly dude.
Took it easy on you, too.
Songbird. I think that's my favorite power in this whole game. It just shreds enemies' health within seconds. Still no fat lure. That should have been a skin here. Hey, Kendrick, welcome. Marie Hill's a scroll. Her boobs are too big. Hey, it's Daryl. What's up, man?
Shield level 10.
Just stopping by to say hi. Thanks for stopping by, man. Are you streaming today?
And monitoring disabled.
Not so fast. I've got my
There's
orders.
Penance again.
Now here's one for you.
Ooh, look at that health drop. Was capturing footage in a new game? Awesome. While screaming in someone's face quite damaging it. She's the Sindel of the I was gonna say Mortal Kombat, of the Marvel universe. Damn, she alone could take on these bosses. Just gotta not get hit.
Anyone care that I'm dying here?
Today was horrible. I can't help a friend of mine. I got home from work physically uncomfortable, and I lost a cameo needed for the film. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear all that. Hopefully, couple hours here hanging out stream make your day a little bit better at least. We usually all have fun on these streams, talking crap and playing video games.
Oh man, they're all loose.
Universal was crowded. On the plus, I saw a DeLorean. Oh, CLW, yeah, you're here in Florida, right? You saw a DeLorean? That's the actual one. The DeLorean in Universal, they have it parked over by the Simpsons area. I think it's been there for years. Yeah, that's the actual one, or at least one of them. I don't know if they had multiple like props in the movie, but and they also have the train from Back to the Future 3 over there.
Use that networking monitor.
And Universal's usually crowded during summer. Shit, all theme parks in Florida are. Way too many tourists here. Talking crap about video games too sometimes. Where it's warranted, absolutely. Yeah, this is pretty much my equivalent to a bar. I like to hear that. It's a good way to put it.
Might be overriding Shield's nanite control signals with intentions unknown. However, the truth is much stranger and potentially much more troubling.
They used the train in the Back to the Future cartoon a lot. I barely remember that cartoon.
The network that links their minds has become large and complex enough.
Except the price for a beer is cheaper.
Intelligence, a neural net whose intellect grows each time they inject
Marvel Skynet.
With the nanites.
They could have easily had Ultron as the main villain in this. Easily.
Shield lets just a few of them out at a time. Correct. If the entire group were released from lockdown, they could escape Prison 42 and quickly spread.
I'm still on season 3 of S.H.I.E.L.D. I had some of the violence, but overall I like the show. Yeah, the first half of the show was good. It's the later seasons where it kind of went downhill for me. The last two, they're just, it's weird now. I don't like it.
To determine that, I would need a pure, untainted sample of the nanite material. One that hasn't yet been injected into a host.
Okay, they must have some of that in their negative zone jailhouse. And we won't get a better chance to head in there and grab some of that stuff than right now, while the heroes are still beating the crap out of each other. I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Sit tight till I arrive to help you.
Now my wife and kid are relaxing. I'm just or sleeping. I'm relaxing now. I remember after beating the game we're playing just so I could play as Nick Fury. Yeah, Robo Nick Fury.
Teleporting makes my skin crawl.
You know what? Let me put him in this.
And I can't send a decoy into the negative zone. Signal won't cross over. I expect Cap and Iron Man will still be butting heads in there. Let's move while they're distracted.
I like how Nick Fury's just tired of all their shit.
This is the best shot we're gonna get to break into that prison. We gotta take it.
Did you about Disney being a bunch of douchebags saying kid could have a Spider-Man on his grave? Yes, I heard about that. That's
And I thought everyone was too busy fighting each other
to say the least. That's insanely cold-hearted, but completely expected of Disney. I mean, let's be real. No one's surprised by that. Disney, this is what they do. They care more about their image than anything. As a Floridian, I could tell you all kinds of horror stories from people that have been hurt at the theme park, and help has been. It takes a while to get help there because they reroute like 911 to go like to secret pathways and shit, just because they don't want the general public to see anything that might tarnish the magic of Disney. It's insane. Disney has such power over here, over everything, that they could do that. It's crazy to me. So that doesn't surprise me, the whole Spider-Man gravestone thing, at all. Alright, see you later, Goblin. My recommendation is do it anyways. Let Disney do whatever they're going to do. Because they're going to look real bad if they do anything about it. It's debatable whether they even can, though, is the thing. I don't see why they would be able to do anything legally about that. Makes no sense. God, this Nick Fury looks awful. Oh, look! 2 Nick Furies. What does he do? He has all the other characters' abilities. I don't want to use him. I will keep him as an AI character.
Third for the ladies.
Isn't anything Spider-Man related owned by Sony? Not owned by them. Sony has some film rights to Spider-Man. At the end of the day, Marvel owns Spider-Man and Disney owns Marvel. So technically Disney owns Marvel, but there's a lot of details in all the different contract negotiations to where that doesn't necessarily mean Disney has full say on everything Spider-Man. That's not exactly how contracts work. I mean, they can work that way, but I thought about going to Galaxy's Edge at Disney, but hearing that it's really disheartening, I'd rather go to Universal. Yeah, we're getting our Galaxy's Edge Star Wars. And I think next month it's opening here in Orlando. It's crazy because Star Wars should be a no-brainer for a theme park. And there's actually fan recreation online of what it should look like called Lucas World, and it looks amazing. But of course, here's the problem with Disney, with Star Wars at Disney, and why no one cares about it. Oh crap, I'm about to die. I'm gonna get Wolverine. The problem with it is that you want longtime fans to be excited about a Star Wars land, right? Like, that's your bread maker, that's your money maker right there. Basically what Disney did with Galaxy's Edge, they invented a fake planet that they retconned into the Clone Wars story. There's an original character that's a main character of this land. So, and it's strictly new trilogy stuff. There's no Battle of Hoth ride. There's no speeder bike chase. There's nothing from the classic trilogy. So there's no emotional connection to this Star Wars land. It's just a bunch of new shit that nobody cares about.
Have to move off the front line.
And you're not even going to see it in the new trilogy of movies because it's a bunch of made-up Disney stuff for the theme park. So where's the connection to Star Wars? At least that's my theory on what the problem is. Shit, I got my ass kicked. That's my theory on what the problem is. There's really nothing classic to bring all the... You know what they should have done? Here's what they should have done. Make a big Star Wars area. 1/3 of it is all Clone Wars era, prequel era. Another third is classic trilogy. Another third is this new trilogy they want to shove down people's throats. That way, you have a Star Wars land for every kind of Star Wars fan.
It's a lot easier getting
but
into
no,
this place
it's all new trilogy stuff.
Nanite Labs are a few levels.
The least popular Star Wars anything. So that's what it is.
Yeah,
Disney can explain whatever they want. It's gonna be real curious next month though when it opens up here. I'm gonna see. Shit, I'm gonna see if I can go. I'm real curious about how busy or not busy it's gonna be.
What the hell?
Come on, I ain't finished this yet.
I think Disney's going to lose a ton of money with the Star Wars land, though, in all honesty. I would rather them put the Orlando one on hold and just... They're never going to do this because all the plans have been done for years. But put it on hold and just rethink the entire attraction, the entire thing. And apparently, like, there's like a Smuggler's Run ride. Apparently the ride's not even that impressive. There's like a Rise of the Resistance ride. There's just a lot of shit that when I go there, I'm going to be like, kind of don't care about all this. Like, you know, it's okay to have that new stuff because that is Star Wars. Disney owns it. That's the reality. So that's Star Wars now. That's Star Wars we're going to get in the future. But you got to have those classic things in there to draw crowds. Can you imagine if they had a Battle of Hoth ride? Like, it looks like you're in a snow speeder and you're shooting down AT-ATs. Like, come on, man. There's so much you can do. So much you can do for Star Wars rides. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. And there's also a build your own lightsaber. I was reading some forums online about it. And apparently everything over there is insanely expensive, which is no surprise, but really expensive. Like, to build your own lightsaber, you have to pay $200. And they kind of look cheap. They don't look like they're good quality at all. You can buy the Force Effects lightsabers for $100, which are way better. You can buy Jedi robes there for like $150. It just looks like some cheap-ass fabric.
Just don't make bad guys
Things like that make people not want to spend money there.
Sounds like they're prepping someone for nanite injection. Try to stop them before they use up that pure sample we're after.
But to be fair, they have had a Star Wars ride at Disney forever, at Hollywood Studios. There is a Star Wars ride there outside of Star Wars Land. It's been there forever. That ride's cool. Star Tours. It's a really fun ride. And they just updated it like a couple years back with footage from all the different movies and stuff. So when you get in the ride, you never know which movie you're going to get footage from. It's all mixed in and it's randomized. Just now I'm definitely not going. I still want to go and give Disney Star Wars Land a chance. I mean, I like going to theme parks anyway, so it doesn't matter, but as an old school Star Wars fan, there's nothing in the new Disney area that makes me mildly interested. Even the planet you're walking around, it's called Batu. I think it's like B-A-T-U-U or something. Batu. It's just a made-up planet. There's no emotional connection to this franchise to me. So, like, why would I care about this new planet I'm walking around? I'd rather be walking around like Coruscant. You know, why not have like a city area where it looks like you're on Coruscant? Like, there's so much more you could have done. God damn you, Disney. And Nick Fury sucks. Fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Alright, let's get Juggernaut back in. He was Oh, well, there's Hulk. I don't have Hulk. I'm not sure how to get Hulk. Oh, and also those $200 Star Wars lightsabers, if you look online, a lot of people are complaining that they're going out like a couple of weeks after they bought them at the park, so they're junk. Never, if you go to, I promise you as a Floridian, I know what I'm talking about. When you go to a theme park, do not buy these like overpriced toys that they sell you. They're all really cheaply made. It's insane. It's just lunacy. I see tourists all the time at the theme parks just spending a load of money on like stuff that you buy in these stores, and it hurts watching it. I'm just like, oh, you're getting ripped off. So much stuff is overpriced. I'm watching you on my Switch, but I don't think I chat on here yet. Well, I mean, I'm seeing your chat right now. Are you chatting from your Switch? I'd like to visit Dagobah, but I complain about the mugginess. Florida is basically Dagobah. So if you're in Orlando visiting Star Wars Land, you are already in natural Dagobah. The Dagobah system.
I'll heal. You won't.
I don't know about going back to Disney though. Star Wars in California. At the same time, to play devil's advocate, I don't know if I kind of feel like the stories of Disney Star Wars Land being empty. I kind of feel like a lot of them are misleading, because I also saw on opening day they were packed like crazy. But the reason I say it's misleading, because I have seen a couple YouTube videos of people there walking around and it's empty, but the rest of the theme park was just as empty. So it could have easily just been like headlines from slow days. Because even here, theme parks, when things open up in Orlando, they're busy a lot. But there's always those days, or even months, where it's just a really slow couple of weeks, and even brand new attractions aren't getting traffic. So I don't know, all those articles about like Disney Star Wars Land failed, it's empty, I kind of feel like they're a little misleading just because I know theme parks really well. Having said that, I still don't think Star Wars Land is as good as it could have been, but I take those news reports with a grain of salt. The Kennedy Center was amazing. Oh, Kennedy Space Center, yeah, I've been there a couple times. Yeah, it's really cool. I haven't been there in years though. Over here in Florida, that's a standard like field trip in schools. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is not in this game. I don't know where the hell he is. Lazy ass. He should be helping.
Ladies first.
Where are you, Songbird?
Anyone care that I'm dying here?
I love that move. Although it's doing a little bit of damage. I remember going to Universal and Disney once, and it was a ghost town. I powered through Magic Kingdom in a few hours. Yeah, sometimes you'll get lucky and go on a day when it's not busy. Busy days are an absolute nightmare, because you can't. If you go to like Disney on a busy day or any theme park here, you can't do shit. You really can't. Because everything, the line's clogged everywhere, where even the fast passes are kind of a waste of money. Because then you'll get in a line with a fast pass, but then everyone else with the fast pass is in it. And sometimes you'll end up waiting just as long going through a fast pass line. It's almost not worth it.
You can grab a pure sample there.
I love Universal though. I like Universal way better than Disney. Universal in this area, they've been... So Disney basically, when they say they're going to build a new land like Avatar, they have like an Avatar land, which I still haven't seen, but I kind of don't give a shit about Avatar. But when they built it, they take forever to build shit. It takes ages for them to do anything. With Universal, Universal has been expanding like crazy lately. And they were going to build, we have in Universal here, we have a Woody Woodpecker and Barney area, E.T. It's like an area, it's called Kid Zone. Nobody ever goes there. For years, everyone's always been like, why is that still here? Like, tear it down. Put something new. They were going to put the Nintendo area there. But then Universal got approved by the city. They got permits approved, finally, to build a whole new theme park. So they were basically like, screw that. We're going to build this giant piece of land and put Nintendo Land in a brand new theme park that's rumored to be called Fantastic Worlds, and it's going to have the Universal monsters in there, too. But, having said that, they were going to start construction, then they got in a land dispute with the owner, had to go to court, that all got settled, so that's probably not going to open for another couple of years. But yeah, Nintendo's coming over here to Universal. It's going to be awesome. Why do people even go to theme parks anymore? You spend more time in line than on rides? It depends what day you go on. Living in Central Florida, you kind of have an idea of when to go and when not to go. Like right now, during midsummer time, it can be a terrible time to go, because this is when everyone is here. But like the first part of the year and the last part of the year, the parks are pretty much empty. Like everyone in Florida's got annual passes to all these parks. So, like, you just go whenever. Go to Universal for half a day, then come back and go home. And you kind of start learning the ropes of when to go. But going on a theme park when it's extremely busy, it's horrible. You start getting hot, you start getting sweaty, you can't do anything. It's just not fun. Ooh, that kid zone sucks. Yeah, there's nothing there. That kid zone, it's funny because, like, the only time what I relate to that kid zone area at Universal is Halloween Horror Nights. When Halloween Horror Nights comes here every Halloween season, that area is always just lines for the haunted houses. You make lines in the Barney area, and it loops around to the back of the park, and there's sound stages there. That's what I always relate the Barney area to. The 180-minute wait for one, no way. See, no, and people will do it. People from out of state, they'll wait 2 hours for a ride. When you've been to these theme parks enough, you know what ride to wait on and go later. Like, for example, like, I've seen people waiting like an hour for the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney. Among Floridians, that ride is known as, like, that line's known as a ride that has no wait ever. Like, you come back later, that line will be 5 minutes. No one ever waits for Pirates of the Caribbean unless they're tourists. Also, Transformers in Universal. That's another one that's commonly short. Like, you could jump in and on and off on that ride within like 15 minutes total. But every once in a while, it'll be like an hour wait. That's when you walk away and go do something else and come back later. I'm giving you guys my inside Florida tips here.
We'll never reach the jail cells at this rate.
Are those the conduits we saw in the schematics?
Yeah. The only exposed power cables for both the main systems and the backups.
Those get cut, and all the cells open up, including S.H.I.E.L.D.'s remote control super criminals?
You got it. But the released prisoners might give S.H.I.E.L.D. more than they can handle, at least for a few minutes. Could help cover our escape.
Sweet Christmas. Soundtrack's so good. I'm not gonna lie, it seems pretty epic. One ride's wait 180 minutes. What ride was that?
Never thought the cavalry would look quite like that, but I'll take it. Nanite Control, watch what you're doing with those prisoners. They just... Damn it, Swanson! Get those prisoners attacking the right targets!
We're trying, sir, but they're not responding. The inhibitor transmissions aren't having any effect.
The new Potter one? Oh, yeah, there's a new Harry Potter ride. So, I haven't been on that one. It's a roller coaster.
The villains are completely out of control.
Yeah,
You don't say.
when there's a new Harry Potter anything at Universal, for a good 2 to 3 months, it's getting packed all the time. All the time. But even the Harry Potter, the main Harry Potter ride inside the Hogwarts castle or whatever, that line could easily get 2 hours long, but I don't wait more than like 20 minutes ever for that ride. That one dies down throughout the day.
We focus on getting our people out of here alive.
That's exactly what we were worried about.
The Harry Potter rides at Universal are really cool. I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I don't really care about the movies, but the rides are awesome.
We'll need it to get our people out of here.
I haven't been in a theme park in ages. That's one reason, honestly, I would never move away from Florida, because I love having... I've always loved theme parks when I was a kid, and just living here. The annual passes are really affordable. Usually with these places, like Universal, you pay like 15, 16 bucks a month, something like that, and you just have an annual pass that gives you free parking, and you just go whenever. There's some blackout dates throughout the year, but, I mean, typically just... I used to skip when I was in college. Like, me and one of my best friends, we were in the same classes together, and we had like a 5-hour break between one class. I used to go to University of Central Florida in Orlando, and we had like a 5 or 6 hour break between two of these classes, the way our schedule was. Sometimes we just like leave and then spend all that time at Universal and then come back to class. Most of the time we ended up just skipping class and staying at Universal till they closed. It's just really convenient having a pass.
We've got to work together to get everyone out of here.
You're right. But this portal's offline. We're going to need to fight.
The train was amazing. Oh, the Harry Potter train. Yeah, it's really cool.
It won't be easy.
It actually
to make them nearly invulnerable.
They make it seem like you're traveling from one area in the Harry Potter universe to another, but really you're just traveling like a couple of feet to the other theme park.
You have? Okay then. Sounds like a plan. Get power flowing to this portal.
Head to the top of the cell blocks to reach the power conduits. Tony and I can hold.
I think Universal America could use a Godzilla ride. I don't know if they could build anything Godzilla. I don't know if they have the rights to that. We got a King Kong ride. It's really cool.
The rest of us were fighting over who was right. I only hope it's not too late.
Still have never been to Universal Studios theme park. I definitely prefer it over Disney. At least from an entertainment point of view and ride point of view, I do find it a lot more fun than Disney. And a lot less cluttered in general. With Disney, you get a lot of these families from out of state with a ton of kids, and they clog up all the lines, man. Universal, a lot of the people in Universal, I'd probably say like a third of the people at Universal are Florida residents with annual pass. There's a, I'm trying to think who doesn't. If I had to put a number in it, I think like 90% of the people I know have a Universal pass. Disney passes are a little more rare because it's a lot more expensive. It's like $30 a month or something like that. But Disney, to be fair, they have more parks. The parking in these places are like $20 a pop. It's insane. I think it's like 25 now. Parking keeps going up every year. Am I the only Six Flags fan in here? I want to go to Six Flags. I've never been to one. We don't have a Six Flags. I think the closest one is what, like Georgia or something? I don't even know.
No way am I becoming a Ms. Marvel zombie.
Just keep blasting away, blasting away.
Let's
Songbird.
hear it for the ladies.
Damn, threw that in my face. It's fucked up.
Let's get going.
Oh, I got electrocuted. Just gonna try blowing through this level.
At least it was cute that you
Hell outta
tried
here.
so hard.
Oh yeah, this thing gives me health. Last time I kept punching it.
Start. Any idea how we can deal with this power sharing?
Target the ones in orange. They're the high power level superhumans.
Six Flags all the way up to St. Louis.
No idea what we're seeing.
Isn't there one in like, you know, there was actually about in a city called DeLand around here. This was years ago. They were actually going to build a Six Flag water park. But I don't know what happened. I think they couldn't get the permits or something, and it just never happened. But we were going to get a Six Flags water park at one point. Damn it.
I gave up smoking. Extra here.
Does Busch Gardens theme park still exist? Yeah, Busch Gardens is around. That's in Tampa. That's easily an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from me. So I don't really go very often. And Busch Gardens is okay. That's definitely more for like Tampa residents. Because it's, like I said, it's a bit further from Orlando. Definitely about an hour plus from Orlando. Depending on traffic. But instead of like actual rides, I mean they have rides, but it's mostly just roller coasters. There's not really as much of a variety of rides. And during Halloween, they have Howl-O-Scream, which is the big Halloween Horror Nights competitor here. I went one year and it sucked ass. Everything was low budget. It was awful. But some people here will swear that they're the better one. I 1000% disagree. It's $25 now for parking. That is highway robbery. $25 for freaking parking. Oh, and then the parking attendants will have the balls to ask you if you want, would you like to upgrade to preferred parking? Fuck no, you took $25 from me. I don't want preferred parking. Yeah, it's insane. I don't even know how much preferred parking is. It's not even that much closer, honestly. It's for lazy people. And handicapped people have their own like parking area, so that's not even an excuse to buy like the premium parking. Oh damn it! I gotta go. No.
Have to move off the front
Oh, I'm
line.
stuck. Ah! There we go. Give me health, you stupid robot. Does this give me health? Yeah, it does. I always want to go to Cedar Point, but they got some crazy rides. My older sister went there once on like a business trip or something years ago with her old job. She showed me some of the rides there. They're insane. Makes the rides here in Orlando look like baby rides. I would like to go there though. 40 is preferred parking? You said no. No, you should have said hell no. $40? Oh, wow. And then the food. Then you have to pay for the food at Disney too, which is, that's a whole nother expense. See, I want a Disney pass eventually. I have a Universal one, but the Disney ones, I'm hesitant because I go to Disney free. My sister works. She doesn't work for Disney, and I've talked about this before, but she works for a company affiliated with Disney that has properties inside of Disney, so she gets like complimentary tickets, like 12 or 13 a year or some shit like that. So we go pretty regularly usually. I mean, if we ever want to take the kids, we're just like, hey, can you get us into Disney in the weekend? Sure, we all meet up. She lets us in. We go for the day. So like I said, Disney is just kind of a regular thing here. I do like Epcot. I think Epcot's my favorite. It's funny because like as I've gotten older, I like Epcot more and more because it's chill. You just walk around like all the different countries. I like going to Mexico and getting a couple margaritas, even though they're overpriced in week, but it's relaxing. And the tolls, geez, yes, Florida is known for its tolls. Everyone that lives in Florida here on 417, that's where the tolls are, which is I assume the road you took. The Greenway. Here in Florida, everyone has the little there's like a toll sticker called ePass that you pay like $5 for it, and then you get a discounted rate. You just put like $25 in, and then it just scans you every time you pass by. I love the sample. The food at Universal is way better than Disney. Here's a secret about the food at all those theme parks, because I had a friend that worked at Universal. That's another thing if you live in Florida. You always know someone that worked at the theme park. But you go to the Captain America restaurant or any of the burger places in any of the other Universal parks, all their burgers and all their food come from the same boxes. It's literally all the same.
We can't let that happen, Stark. No matter
I love all the future stuff, but I heard Horizons is different now. Yeah. I don't even think Horizons is around anymore. I'm trying to remember what they replaced with it. Yeah, no, but Horizons, I remember Horizons. That's not a thing anymore.
Oh, great. Now the prison bots come back online. Sit tight. I'll open an exit.
Where Body Wars used to... Yeah. I'm trying to remember what's over there. I don't know if there's anything over there, actually. Body Wars was inside this pavilion with a bunch of, like, nature stuff. They still have the nature ride called the Land. Man, I really don't remember. I just went to Epcot like 2 months ago, too. God! Oh, my ass exploded. Songbird to the rescue! Oh, they're just walking into my screen. Dumbasses. I'll take it. I need to heal Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, Miss Marvel. Have you ever known anyone that worked as a Disney princess? Yeah, I have actually. I knew a girl that did it. She enjoyed it. They're very selective over who they pick. Like I mean, that makes sense. Disney, they want kids to believe that is the actual princess. I've known a couple people that worked as characters though. There's like a whole little casting castle. It actually looks like a castle where people go and do like tryouts and shit. Yeah, but they just do the parades and stuff. I cannot wait to head down to Florida. Hey, Sal, I'm telling you, man, if you ever come down to Florida, hit me up and we'll hang out.
I can't get out of this thing while it's energized.
So I know where all the go-to places are around here. And I take in no outside food or drink, so you have to buy food at the parks. You're not supposed to, but I've known people that routinely bring stuff in. But if they see it, they'll tell you that you have to like eat it before you go inside or something. Yeah, they want you to buy food at the park. It was so ghetto when I was a kid. My family, I come from a Spanish family, mind you. That's the backstory. But I remember one time specifically, my mom made like this big ass lasagna in like a tin foil like container, and we had to cut up into pieces. And they snuck it in a backpack, and when it was time to eat, she whipped out that lasagna, and we were all eating it, just like sitting around like at the little restaurants and stuff. I don't know how we got in there with that lasagna, but it's so ghetto. But yeah, we did that. If you ever come to Edmonton, go to West Edmonton Mall. They have some cool stuff there. I think malls in general are going away, at least here. The malls here suck now.
There's a lift nearby.
Alright, see you later, Otero. I would like to go in Bloodborne theme park. There's a Bloodborne theme park. It's the Puerto Rican way. Yeah. The Puerto Rican tagline is free as me. I would say. Anything you do to save money, bam. There you go. You just gotta bend the rules a little bit. Please, I'm black and I smuggle food into theaters. Yeah, I use my fiance. I'm always like, bring your purse. She's like, I don't feel like carrying. I was like, no, we have to bring in food. I definitely use it to bring stuff in. Like, instead of buying soda at the theater, I'll just like, gas station will just buy like a Red Bull, and I'll just shove it into her purse. Not that they ever check. They never check that stuff anyway. Because honestly, at my local theater, it's just a bunch of kids. They don't give a shit about anything. Half the time, they're all just flirting with each other and not paying attention to anything. Like, I could probably walk right by one and just be like, oh yeah, I was already watching a movie, and they won't say anything.
That did it. Energizing the portal now.
I don't like the silent treatment.
Whenever I used to go to Six Flags, my family would leave the park and eat homemade sandwiches. See, at Disney, the reason you don't leave the parks, though, and this is where they get you. You can. There's a lot of places outside of Disney to eat. It's such a pain in the ass to leave Disney and come back in, though, because, for example, let's say you go to Magic Kingdom, right? It's not as simple as just leaving and coming back and eating. Because to get to Magic Kingdom, you have to stop in a parking area, take either a tram or a ferry, or, I'm sorry, take a monorail or a ferry to either Epcot or Magic Kingdom. They're not in the parking lot. The parking lot's its own little island. Then you have to take transportation to the park you want to go. So if you go to Magic Kingdom and you get hungry, you want to go to like fucking Chili's or something, you have to leave Disney, fight the crowds, you have to take the monorail back to the parking lot, then you have to take the parking lot and drive away and get out of the whole Disney area, then get back into the Orlando area. It's, you can easily spend 3 hours of your day just to save money on food. If you had to go through as toll without paying because you didn't have change, you'd be worried. No. I know I shouldn't be saying that, but no. I used to run tolls all the time. Usually, if the camera saw your license plate, worst thing that'll happen is they'll track down your license plate and then send you a bill for the toll, which will be like $1 or something, and then you just send the payment in. I was laughing at my brother-in-law because he's not really responsible when it comes to bills. My sister's the one that takes care of that. So he got a bill for like a $3 toll once. He left it sitting there for like a month on the counter, never told my sister about it, and she found it. When he went to go pay it, it turned into like a $250 fine. I know it's horrible, but I laughed my ass off. I was like, dude, like you should just pay the damn toll.
Wrong lady. Could use some backup here.
Hey, NotAnother Game Collector, what's up, man? Thanks so much. My sister-in-law loses the crap, yeah. And it happens all the time. Like, people will go through tolls that aren't from around here and they don't know where the hell they're going, and they don't have any money, and they'll just let them go through, and then you'll just get like a little, you'll just get something in the mail. Maybe. I've run plenty of tolls in my life. And I've never gotten anything in the mail, so I guess it depends on if you're going fast enough for the camera to see your license plate. Not that I'm telling you, I'm not endorsing people running tolls. I'm just giving my life experiences before anyone gets a ticket and then blames me for their woes. We'll reach the port. Where the hell's the portal? What the hell is this? Is this a glitch? Bullshit, you're not. Yes, people, pay your bills, pay your tolls, please. I might have to restart this part. Is this glitched? Oh yeah, that was definitely glitched.
I can't bring those turrets down. You'll have to fight past them.
I'm gonna blame you for my woes for it. Has nothing to do with it. No, like when I was in college and I didn't have a sun pass, we call it. Like okay, so I read online a website. I was doing research one night, and I came across a questionable website that said to beat the tolls, you just speed up to a certain speed right before you hit the toll and the camera can't see you. I did that for like a year and a half, I swear to God. Never got one ticket. So I'm not telling people to do it because maybe it doesn't work anymore, but I'm just saying for me it worked. So disclaimer, if you get a ticket and you did that, yeah, I'm not paying it.
Guess they don't make nanites like they used to.
My dad will be coming up from Texas on Saturday. Awesome. What are you guys gonna do? Anything interesting in the plans? What's your favorite Chinese restaurant? Ooh, we got a lot of good that's one thing I'd say about Florida. We got a lot of good Chinese. Yes, I'm sure it's nothing like New York standards, but we have good Chinese. There's one around me called China. I forgot. China King, China Star or something. They're all called like China King or China Star or some shit like that. But there's one nearby that's delicious. It's on the dark web. I was trying to find money-saving advice is all.
Reviving each other somehow. Not good.
Not bad for a former jet jockey, huh?
How many times did I have to fight Grim Reaper? Was it the second time now? Doesn't get tired fighting? He's ass kicked. Yeah, how long are you in Florida, CLW? I'm curious. Are you setting up all different theme parks and such?
I don't like the silent.
We can't win this fight.
If you're in the Disney area or Universal area, I recommend you check out one night. Try not to go on a weekend night because you'll spend an hour looking for parking. During the weekday, go to Disney Springs. It used to be called Downtown Disney. It's just a shopping area, kind of like a city walk area for Disney. It's really cool, just hanging out with family. There's a really good Asian place there. There's a lot of good ice cream. And there's also a Disney Boardwalk that has a lot of stuff. If you haven't been to those places already. One of the news stories I saw here said your governor wants to make Florida more Israeli friendly. We leave Friday morning. I don't know anything about our governor, honestly. I did not vote for him. I don't even remember his name. What's his, I don't even know my governor's name. We had some other jackass that was governor before him, and I think they're all jackasses, honestly.
Have a nice trip.
Politicians in general, I should clarify. I don't care if they're Democrats or Republicans. Fabian's an Order 66 loving trooper fanboy. That is true. Of course, he's all pro dark side. I am anti-registration officially, though. It's funny because when my friend told me only New Yorkers care about New York pizza and stuff like that, you don't hear someone from Boston saying, "This is good, but it's not Boston pizza." Yeah, I guess there's some truth to that. I wouldn't know. I'm not a New Yorker. I'm dying to try New York pizza, but I'm kind of scared that... I've tried New York style pizza, which... There's a place in Tampa, Florida that, I don't remember the name of the business, but they actually... The reason New York pizza is said to be so good, at least what I've been told, is that it's the water in New York. That's what makes it so special when it's cooked. Here in Tampa, Florida, there's a restaurant that actually imports water from New York to make his pizza, and I tried it. It was really good, but I didn't think it was that much better than other pizza I've tried, so I don't know. I'm kind of worried, because, like, what if I go to New York one day? I don't want it to be the kind of thing where I built up so much hype, and then I eat it, and I'm like, well, it's good, but damn, people over-exaggerate. Because I feel like that happens a lot in general with things. You don't know your governor's name? No, I don't know who the hell he is. I forgot who he was. Some guy I didn't vote for.
Aw, at least it was cute that you tried so hard.
The governor's never done anything for me and my family, so I don't really pay much attention. There we go.
You made it. Come on, we need your help.
I've never been one for politics. There's always some shady agenda behind the government officials. Oh yeah, it's always who paid them most to get votes. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all politics is. It's, we don't like this law, here's some money for you to vote against it. We want this law, here's some money to vote for it. That's the reality.
Follow us out.
The hell do I have to worry about it? I just take care of me and my family. Let the government do what they do. The hot dogs, yeah.
At least put up a fight next time.
Only kids from the 80s get this much hype for pizza? Hell yeah, man. Ninja Turtles, dude. That's what got kids from my era into pizza. It's funny because that's how my kid started liking pizza when he was younger. Because he saw the Ninja Turtles were eating them, so he got curious. And I was like, damn, that's my same experience. With the pier in Cocoa Beach, NASA and Universal Thursday is a rest day. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, if you guys have time, oh, you're leaving Friday though. I was say if you guys had time, Disney Springs is a good family area to visit. Worst pizza I had was when I visited Italy. I've heard that before. But you gotta think, I guess their pizza is very different from what you would expect pizza to be here. The worst pizza I ever had, there's a beachside city here in Florida called Clearwater. I went and stayed with a friend there over a weekend because we were gonna go jet skiing and shit. And they were advertising Chicago-style pizza at some restaurant we went to. I went at like midnight. It was open 24 hours, and we got that pizza. I don't even know what to describe it as. It was so thin that when I bit into it, it was like... And I don't know if all Chicago-style pizza is this way. If it is, Chicago pizza is horrible. But it was so thin that it felt like I was eating a cracker with cheese. And I was so confused. I was like, this isn't pizza. It's literally a cracker with some cheese and sauce. It was awful. That's the worst pizza I ever had in my entire life. I think they probably advertise it as Chicago style, and it's just not at all. I don't know.
Resistance is thinning out a bit here, Fury. Is that self-destruct set? Hey, I'm starting this thing, all right? Get back in there.
Heads up, it's Moonstone.
That whole takeover humanity plan of yours, not gonna fly.
You're from the 90s. What do you know about 80s? Dude, I was born in 86. By the time I was a child in the early 90s, that's when the 80s, because you know when the early 90s started happening, the 80s were still bleeding over well into the early 90s.
Keep it up. Oakheart, my initials in here.
Italy pizzas for Gordon Ramsay lovers. So it's not real pizza. It's just that fancy shit. There we go. Kiss my ass, Whirlwind.
You picked a fight with the wrong lady.
Is Diamondback still here? Who's here? That's not Chicago pizza, it's St. Louis pizza. I don't know, but it was awful. It was funny because like I was eating it, and then my friend he was super drunk, so he had like one slice and then fell asleep, and I was sitting there eating it, and I had no one to complain about it to. No one to complain about it with, but it was really fucking bad. I couldn't eat it. There we go.
Looks like they backed off in the moment, Fury. Can you trigger the
Local pizzeria used to have a great taco pizza, from what I heard. That sounds really good. And then someone bought it and they lost to customers because they screwed it up.
Get going. I'll be right behind you.
What was your favorite school lunch? Mine is Salisbury steak. School lunch in general, so the pizza, I specifically remember in high school once, they'd give you these little square pizzas, and you flip it over, the cheese would just fall off in one layer. It was awful.
One side, Captain.
I used to like the chicken sandwiches. Chicken patties.
For Pete's sake, Hill, these people need medical attention.
He's right. Lower your weapons and call in the medics.
No, Stark. I'm under direct
Chicago
orders from
pizza's
the
deep dish.
president.
It's like eating a
The
pie.
SRA
St.
dictates
Louis
that these
pizza's
unregistered-
thin crust. It was advertised as Chicago style. That's why I got it.
We figure out what just happened. If you have a problem with that, Commander Hill, you're going to have to take it up with all of us.
The tables have been turned. Now, what's she gonna do with her one gun?
Get the medics down here.
So many lives apparently lost, and yet lost so that many more lives might
What are your
be
thoughts
saved.
on the new Cheetos burgers?
We may not
The
know
KFC
true
thing?
fate of Nicholas
Is
Fury,
that what you're talking about?
but we do know he showed his willingness to sacrifice himself on behalf of us all. For him, and for the rest of the missing and presumed deceased, we ask Almighty God to watch over their souls. Amen.
Non-negotiable, Hill.
I've got to hand it to Fury. I'm not sure we ever would have found this place if you hadn't led us here.
It's a good thing we were able to help him while there was still time. Too bad he had to die before the rest of you paid attention.
Yeah, I was watching, speaking of those
You're
Cheetos
right,
burgers,
but
I was watching H3
I'm not ready to
podcast.
buy that Fury and the others are dead.
He tried the KFC
Not
chicken
yet.
sandwich Cheeto
We
thing.
found no bodies,
It looked
detected
disgusting.
no explosion. How can we be sure?
It was like
what really
coated in
happened?
Cheetos cheese, and it had like
Tony
Cheetos
and I
just
have already
under the
been over this
chicken.
a dozen times. We can't be sure. Not without a working portal to the negative
Tony being the
zone,
one
and
asshole
it will
not in
take us
uniform,
weeks
of
to bring
course.
online.
Great. So in the meantime, it just goes down as a mystery?
To be fair,
Yes.
Luke Cage was in his
But we
regular
do have
clothing
some
too, but
evidence
that
of
is his
Fury's
costume.
success. I've been monitoring, and there's still no sign of the nanite collective signals here on Earth. It's a shame that Tinkerer seems to have escaped. I was hoping his research would corroborate my own.
Oh god, it was You had the KFC
Still,
Cheeto sandwich,
I believe I can
Adrian?
use the scanner to confirm that the nanites haven't...
It sounds disgusting.
no.
I'm curious, but it sounds gross.
Nanite control signals. Hundreds. Maybe thousands of them.
And it's got like some cheese sauce on it too, right?
Fury
On top of it.
failed? We all failed. We lost our way.
And now the world pays the price.
KFC menu is just diabetes smothered
We're
in heart
facing
attacks.
what looks like a full-scale invasion. Let's meet at the briefing station.
Don't try, not worth it. Yeah, I had once when KFC started. I don't know if they still have it. It was like they had like some Georgia fresh something. I don't remember what it was called. It was a plate with like chicken, and it was Georgia golden. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It was like Georgia golden fried something. It looked really good in the commercials and in the pictures. And when I got it, oh my god, it was oh, that's where I go. Yeah, it was just a bunch of chicken, crispy chicken, and when I lifted it, it was just a slop of sauce just dripping from it. It was the most disgusting thing ever.
To eliminate all serious resistance to their expansion.
Their movements seem methodical.
I want Hardee's thick burger now. Ugh, I hate Hardee's. Every time I eat there, I feel sick.
Worse, time is on their side. If we can't stamp this out quickly, it will grow to encompass all of humanity.
In the face of this new threat, the registration...
I'll see what I like from KFC is just the standard chicken strips with some barbecue sauce. That's all I ever eat from there.
But the most explosive situation right now is in the African nation of Wakanda, which has reported a massive incursion in the capital city.
Now we're starting the end game.
T'Challa,
Oh, end game. No pun intended, but there it is.
Wakanda is a highly advanced country blessed with the world's only deposits of vibranium.
Your knowledge of the Nanite Collective makes you the best team to send into this combat zone.
I love Wendy's. Wendy's is good.
Help Black Panther defeat these invaders.
Yeah, there's no bacon. I ain't eating it.
Control of his country.
The burger in Resident Evil 2 Remake was nasty. Oh, the one the trucker was like shoving in his mouth disgustingly.
No time for pleasantries, though. The enemy have our city surrounded and are firing on
Lee's is better than KFC. Lee's. I have a Lee's Country. Lee's Country. Lee's Country Fried Chicken, I think it's called. We have one of those nearby. I didn't know that was like a big brand. I thought that was a local thing.
At least put up a fight next time.
Honestly, my fast food place is I mean, I guess it's fast Chipotle. If they have a Chipotle here, whew, there goes all my paychecks. Oh, did it crash? Crashed in this level. Damn it! Last time it crashed in another level. Oh wait, did it crash there also? I don't know. There's my bloodstained background. Oh, look, I got these for free. For Plus, they were giving this free and this, which came with this. But yeah, let's go back to Ultimate Alliance 2 and hope it doesn't crash again. When Dixie is a thing in Florida, I guess. I don't know if it's just a Florida thing, but no one really goes to Winn-Dixie anymore here. They've all been going out of business. We have like one that's still somehow surviving. Fast food tier list win. One day. Where'd you get the bloodstain background? It came with my pre-order when I got it. When I did the pre-order on the PlayStation Store, it gave it to me. Valiant Heart was so cool for a little game. I never finished it, but that game was really awesome. I think I got like halfway through it. I got it when it first came out. I played it for like 2 days, and then in my backlog it went.
The Nanite Collective's agents are swarming all over the globe, infecting key victims in an apparent...
So here in Canada, McDonald's coffee used to suck. My dad always complained that McDonald's coffee started getting better. He started a revolution in the McDonald's coffee in Canada.
No time for pleasantries, though. The enemy have our city surrounded and are firing on us with siege cannons.
So now we have some of the best coffee. Honestly, I think all our coffee here sucks in Florida. Except unless it's Spanish coffee, like Folgers and Maxwell, all that shit sucks. I like Pilon, that's a Spanish brand, and there's a Café Bustelo, that's another Spanish brand. That's the only coffee I drink. It tastes good as hell. I can't drink all this other off-brand crap. You started over one night and just played through it. Trust me, you won't regret it. No, I plan to because I did enjoy that game a lot. It was awesome. In Germany, you get beer at McDonald's. I've heard of that. That should be a thing here. That's a perfect pairing, too, because, like, cheeseburger, get a beer. That's a beer food. What? Why? Same level. You know what? I'm going to do what I did last time, which is lead them back to the entrance and take them out over there. That's what I had to do last time when it kept crashing at one part. This is BS, man. They don't want me to finish this. When I was little, McDonald's worker spilled a pot of coffee on me. Are you Whoa. How does that even happen? What happened? McDonald's bought Tim Hortons coffee supplier. So they have a different distributor. Is Publix a thing only in Florida? That's what I thought. But people have told me they've seen Publixes in other places. I thought it was a Florida only thing. Over here, everyone starts texting each other Publix has $5 chicken strip subs. They put them on sale frequently, and everyone's over there.
The world has gone insane. The Nanite Collective's agents are swarming all over the globe, infecting key victims in an apparent bid to eliminate all serious resistance to their expansion.
Their movements seem methodical and well coordinated.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take them out over here. I don't know why the hell it's crashing. Like I said, you'd think I'm playing a PC game, getting like a Windows, like a random ass Windows error. I'm on a PS4. Stuff's not supposed to happen. Alright, come over here.
Nanites or not, I still have to take you out.
Get over here. And I'm not going to use my fusion attacks. I notice it's been crashing when I'm doing those. Just slowly take him out. Okay, we're good so far. It's not crashing. Florida does have a rural king? What is that? I've never heard of that. What is rural king like a country thing? Like a deep south kind of thing? That's what it sounds like. I'm trying to be really careful here. Avoid the crash. It's a farm equipment store? I'd imagine a lot of that stuff is probably... Because this part of Florida, like the central to south part of Florida, is very metropolitan and urban. So that's probably more northern Florida, because northern Florida is where the deep south is. Like Alabama and Georgia, like the deep south. In Florida, when you get to Orlando, all the way down, basically Orlando all the way down south to Miami, it's a ton of Spanish people. A ton of Spanish people and black people. I mean, there's white people too, of course, but that's a huge part of the culture from central to South Florida. Up north is deep country. So I'd imagine a lot of those stores are probably around those areas.
Thank you, heroes. Your help
Orlando and South is Cuban Florida. Orlando, there's a lot of black people and a lot of Puerto Ricans. There's a minor, well, there's part of Orlando where there's a big Mexican community too. But of course, that's a huge part of the number. Miami though is all Cubans. Like, it's so many Cubans. Like, you go down to Miami, if you even look remotely Spanish, like they instantly just start talking Spanish to you. And Cubans and Puerto Ricans have very similar accents, but I can pick them out from a mile away because there's a very distinct way they speak. But yeah, Miami's basically little Cuba. 100%.
We must find it.
But yeah, all the Puerto Rican people go to Orlando.
They didn't teach me that in the Air Force. I don't like the silent treatment.
You have to go north to go south. Yeah, that's why I was trying to find a way to word it. If you want to go, and you guys know what I mean by the deep south. You know, there's a certain, like, it's, you have to go to northern Florida to find the deep south, the Bible Belt, and, you know, that country. Florida, but that's America's Wang. When you're so south, you gotta go north to be in the deep south.
You know, this kind of stuff really isn't for hobbyists.
Yeah, but Florida's definitely a big mix of different races and cultures. It's the way it's always been. Well, I guess not always, but for a while now. It's funny because like there's a huge number of Puerto Ricans here from New York. I don't know why. All the New Yorkers, like Puerto Rican New Yorkers that are in New York that think it's too expensive to live up there, they'll just come to Orlando, Florida. Or even, no, or the cheaper areas around Orlando. There's a lot of really cheap living spaces around the Orlando area.
But I'm sure
Please don't crash again. Living in Orlando, I would never live like in deep Orlando. Deep Orlando is very dangerous. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of ghettos where, by ghettos I mean like there's a lot of really just areas where it's just poor neighborhoods and a lot of homeless people. It's actually really dangerous areas. And there's a lot of crime too in Orlando. But I'm talking deep Orlando. You know, you're pretty safe if you're like in the touristy areas or in the downtown area. Downtown area is fairly safe.
They are using their powers to shield their cannons. Stop them!
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button with all of your strength. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any new content. You can follow me on social media or go into my community tab for updates. And for as little as $1 a month, you can support the channel directly on Patreon. This is Fabian, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.